Hi everyone, welcome to the ranch. I thought I'd give you all a brief, maybe not brief, who knows how long it'd take. It usually takes me at least, 30 minutes or so to set up for these cold nights. Last night, the lowest temperature that I saw was 23, and running the heater on medium all night long. The lowest the inside of the rig got was 62 when I got up this morning, a little after 7. So I thought I'd share with you, not to discourage or anything, because as you all know, I'm making this work the best that I can. But I see other people saying, that they had this temperature and that temperature, and I got this much snow, and blah, 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 blah. But the way the circumstances have laid out here, it takes some effort to make it work and keep us warm and safe, and live within the means that it's come down to. So hang on, and I'll get back to you. So the first thing I do is go around and do my water duty. The lines all freeze and everything, so I fill up the tank in the RV, fill up all the water bowls. I keep a extra tank here. It's the old horse trough here, with water in it, just in case that I can't get the hoses unfroze. And you see my accumulation of snow. It's melting, but now all I've got is mud accumulating. So anyways, water duty, very important. I just had this week 2.5 days where I had no water. I was down to a quarter of a tank in the rig. But for those of you that watch my videos, I keep extra water as well down in the shed. 5 6-gallon jugs for emergencies. And if all else fails, since I have water up in the tank, I could have gotten a bucket and a ladder and gotten up there and dipped water out of the big tank, the 1,500-gallon tank on the hill. So wasn't concerned about that, other than it would have taken, as I said, a little bit of effort to get it going. But halfway through the day, I worked the hoses and got the water running, all the ice out of the line, and I got a full tank again, and so we're good for now. So the next step is what I do is I start setting up inside. So hang on a minute. I try to set up the back end of the rig. So as you can see here, I have a blanket and a sleeping bag and a throw rug on the floor. Then I have a small bed Levi sleeps back here all the time. And then I have, this is the shower. I've put a flannel sheet back there behind the shower curtain because the draft is so bad. I draped this blanket over the edge because of the draft. And I got another towel that I started doing back in the corner. I have an old cover to one of the dog beds here that I line this corner with that's so drafty here. it wraps around to here, and that sets up the back for the most part. Abby's bed is here, and she gets a blanket. Night. These are a little bit thicker of those Mexican blankets. I get one of these, and I drape it. I just started doing this too. I drape it here. And then I wrap it into the kitchen. Use the oven door to hold it up. Put it down on the floor to stop the draft there. And stop the draft from these drawers to get that all done. Also, anybody that's watched any of my videos, this is my refrigerator that I don't have working as of yet. It's become my charging station now. But I really insulated that back wall back there behind it, so I'm not concerned about it. But I have taken extra measures. I draped a towel down the side of my bed here, where it's drafty, and sorry for the quick movement. And there's a door here that goes to the furnace that I wrapped with a towel because it just has one of those gates on it. And I don't run the RV furnace all night long. I use my other propane heater. So that helps stop some of the draft. And the reason that has such a draft under the bed is because the generator's on the side of the RV that sits up under the bed, and there's a storage compartment that does the rest of the way under the bed that accesses from the outside, and there is absolutely no insulation back there either. So next, what I've been doing, yes, I have at least 3 dogs on the bed with me at night, and a cat that has decided that she needs to sleep with me. So next, what I do, excuse the butt shot, is I've been draping a towel behind the curtain, and I put the towel, I open it up during the day because the propane heater gets so much condensation that the towels usually end up a little bit damp, and there's still condensation on the windows. So I got the towel behind the window. I do that on the back window as well. Come on, Jimmy, you gotta move. Come on. So I've also started, I take this sheet and I wrap it around this whole section back here because there's such a draft from the windows. And I'll give you a better shot of what it looks like when it's done. So I take that and I put this sheet around, holding it up by the cupboards over the windows. I don't tuck in this final corner until the end of the night because that's how I access the light back here. so I turn off the light and then I'll tuck that corner in before I go to sleep. I call it the dog bench. Has the dog beds on it. Has a comforter along the back wall behind them. There's Jack. It's 70 in here and he's panting. I have a moving blanket up under their beds for any draft. Dear Libby. Blanket up here in the cab section. I can't hang it from the ceiling because of the cats. The cats have this section up here, so I can't close that off because they need the heat, and well, they also jump up and down from the inside as well as going in and out of their cat door up there. So this top section unfortunately has to remain open. This is my heater that hangs from here as well. So I have nothing but good things to say about it. It's a catalytic safety heater. I have propane that runs, a propane hose that runs outside. And then I have the heavy cover on the windshield, as you can see, that helps hold the cold out and the heat in. For the most part. Door stays open and the dog beds stay down, which I'll unstack those. That's my last step. And my last step is I take my other heavy Mexican blanket and I cover the door. Of course, I'm not going to leave this up now because it's too early. But this is something that I do to close us in for the night. To stop as many drafts as I can. Hold as much heat in as I can. And so the door gets covered too. I left this window open so we could still see in. So, in any case, the bathroom set up, the floor set up, the kitchen set up, more dog beds, the windows up here, more dog beds. There's more dog beds under there. We get the moving blanket pretty much just stays up there all the time. I've not been removing it. It's not hurting anything up there. And then we call it a day. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Takes a little bit more effort to keep us warm here. Tonight, the last I looked at it, is supposed to get down to 19. I don't think it will. It was supposed to get down to 17 last night, and like I said, the lowest I saw it was 23. And that's on my thermometer that's outside. It's a cheapie, but I think it's pretty accurate. And I get up usually 2 or 3 times a night with the dogs. For one reason or another. Can't be avoided. And it helps me keep an eye on them too. So, I thought I'd just share that all with you. And how we keep warm, for the most part. As warm as we can to keep. And still be within our means that we're living out here for right now. So, yes, I'm making it work. So, Come and visit us sometime. It's an adventure every day. Bye-bye for now.